Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining around the world. Welcome to today's webinar. Circa joins the international community in celebrating the International Women's Day with the theme Break the Bias, that clearly recognizes women's incredible achievements, raises awareness, and encourages others to advocate for gender equality. And in the Philippines, the month of March has been declared as the National Women's Month. So as a fitting tribute to all the women out there, let us celebrate the amazing women in the field of agribusiness, women who have braved the stereotypes, women who have carved a niche for themselves in the male-dominated field of agriculture. We are streaming to you live through the Circa online learning and virtual engagements or SOLVE platform via Zoom and Facebook Live. My name is Kim Bantayan and I am a program specialist of the Training for Development Unit of the Education and Collective Learning Department of Circa. I will be your moderator this morning. The short video shown earlier has given you a glimpse about Circa and what we do. Circa is hosted by the Philippine government in the campus of the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. So we are coming to you live from Los Baños, Laguna, the special science and nature city of the Philippines. This SOLVE webinar series is Circa's immediate response to the emerging impacts of the COVID-19 global pandemic on food security by maximizing the use of information and communication technology platforms to inform, educate, and share evidence-based solutions and tested technologies, as well as best practices on the ground. If you are new to this webinar, this is actually the 40th webinar since it was launched last April 28, 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, we will be joined by women leaders in Southeast Asia who will share their insights on agribusiness models, on productivity and income. Increasing women's participation in the agriculture value chain contributes to economic growth, but their inclusion in the labor market does not necessarily lead to gender equity, nor guarantee their socio-economic empowerment. In addition, the pandemic has surfaced different facets of pre-existing challenges and struggles that women face in terms of economic opportunities in agriculture. Circa's 11th five-year plan, which was launched in July 2020, identifies gender and youth engagement in agricultural and rural development as one of the priority areas that would accelerate transformation through agricultural innovation. Before we proceed to our online conversation this morning, please allow me to go over some statistics gathered from the SOLVE webinar held on March 9, 2020. The infograph shows that 62% of our online viewers were female and the rest were male. It also indicates that more than 80 individuals tuned in via Zoom and more than 200 individuals viewed the webinar through Circa's Facebook page. Lastly, we are happy to note that we've had online attendees not only from the Philippines, but also from Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, and the United States. Let me now go over the program flow, which is currently shown on your screen. After my introduction and a few housekeeping rules, we will have our first speaker, Ms. Dia Yusuf, Chairwoman of Womenpreneurs Indonesia Networks, or WIN, or WIN. Ms. Dia will open our discussion with her presentation on empowering Indonesian women agripreneurs. Our second speaker is Ms. Cherry Lynn Salvador Mendoza, founder of Mook Farm, known as the New Zealand of Tanay. She will be sharing with us some insights on partnering with government agencies and opportunities for women. Finally, we will have Ms. Maria Frances Rubio, representing our youth, who is also the Chief Executive Officer of Green Life Coconut Products Philippines Incorporated and MFR Good and Proud LLC. She will talk about how her company has benefited our coconut farmers. I know you are all excited to listen to our speakers, but let me first encourage you to send us your questions about the presentations. But how do you do this? For those of you who are tuned in via Circa's Facebook page, you may type your questions in the comments section. Kindly indicate your location now and or country of origin. If you are tuned in via Zoom, please post your questions or comments in the Q&A box, which you would find in the menu bar on your screen. Kindly indicate your location and or country of origin as well. Our Solve team will collate, curate, and compile those questions for me, and I will convey them to our speakers. Hopefully, we will be able to cover as many questions as we can in the time remaining. Please be clear when you are posing a question to a specific presenter, or if it is a general question that anybody can respond to. We will do our best to get as many questions as possible during the open forum. Kindly refrain from posting your email address in the comment section. You can provide this information to us upon responding to our evaluation form and e-certificate request. The link will be posted at the end of the webinar. Please note that this webinar will be recorded and will be made available on Circa's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Today's presentations will be uploaded on Circa's website at www.circa.org. The slides shown during the past webinars have already been posted there. For your social media posts, especially on insights or takeaways from this webinar, please use the hashtag CircaSolve. If you have issues or are experiencing technical difficulties with the Zoom online platform, please contact us at Circa, or please contact us at solve@circa.org. Kindly note that the views and opinions expressed by our speakers are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Circa. So moving on to today's discussions. Our first speaker this morning is Ms. Dia Yusuf. Ms. Dia dedicates her time through many social communities and working with government projects to develop SMEs or small and medium enterprises in Indonesia since 2005. She founded Indonesia Prima as a business support organization to develop Indonesian enterprises which align with sustainable development. Besides founding Indonesia Prima, Ms. Dia also serves as business consultant and coach, as Secretary General of the Indonesia Council for Small Business, and the chairwoman of Womenpreneurs Indonesia Networks, or WIN, inaugurated by the Ministry of Women Empowerment and Child Protection, Republic of Indonesia. WIN is a platform for strengthening women in entrepreneurship, health, and family building. She is also the head of international trade relations of the ASEAN Women's Strong Networks, with its headquarters in Manila, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Ms. Dia Yusuf. Ms. Dia?
Yes, thank you, Kim. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dia Yusuf from Indonesia, but no, I'm not in Jakarta. I'm now in the small island in Indonesia. I'm live from Belitung. So in front of me is the sea. Okay, so thank you for inviting me, for having me here to discuss about the women in agriculture. As you know that Indonesia is quite a lot of farmer here, and especially in a woman farmer. So let us start the discussion. Can you share my screen, please? My screen is actually not so much, yeah, only 5 or 6, because I want this is just like a starting for our discussion today. So how to empowering Indonesia women agripreneurs. That's the title. Next. Next, please. This is, but Kim, I think already introduced me very good. So this is Kim. Next. Yeah. So what is actually agriculture issues in general? In general, is about the access to working capital that we have in Indonesia mostly. We don't have much for this. and also high quality seeds, because not many research and development here in Indonesia. But you know that Indonesia is so big, but we still difficult to find the high quality seeds. The third one is about the fertilizer, and also the next is about the agricultural technology, and about the efficient distribution, because as you know, Indonesia is a many island. We have around 17,000 island here in Indonesia. So the infrastructure make the distribution not so efficient. So because of this, the price will become higher because not this efficient. Next. Beside the general issues in agriculture, this is special for challenge issues for especially in women agripreneurs. Number one, I can say this about the patriarchy systemic, because in Indonesia we also still use this system, the patriarchy. So they think that the woman no need to lead some enterprise or some group in Indonesia. So these systems, I think, still have a challenge here. Number two is about the small field holder. So we have not integrated. Yeah, we have many but not integrated. So all is a small, around, let's say less than 1 hectare. Let's say less than 5,000 meters, something like that, and not integrated. Number three is about the maintenance and cultivation, because the small, I think it will be more difficult to have a maintenance. Then number four is about the financial management, because when they are harvesting, then they just consumptive. Yeah, they use all the money to maybe to buy that something actually don't impact to the company. Yeah, so they cannot manage the finance. So this is also the challenge. So when they are need, so they should have a loan to the financial institution, then they cannot pay back. So because of the financial management is lack of the financial management, so they are difficult to pay back the loan. Then they follow the trend. Here, if let's say people have a trend in the cabe, what's called it, chili, yeah, chili. So all the farmer is have chili, but when all is harvesting come out, then they will have a difficult to sell because the price is down. Yeah, because so many chili harvesting in Indonesia, so they just follow the trend. They cannot predict, or they cannot just have a focus or research what actually they should plan. They just follow the trend. So this is, I think, also the challenges. Then the list is about the capacity and capability. Our farmer here, because most of them in the rural area, in the village area, so they don't have much capacity and capabilities how to make the farming is better, or have technology for that. Next. So in Womenpreneur Indonesia networks, we also empowering the millennial farmer, yeah, mostly in millennial farmer. So we trying to campaign this, how to solve about the women in agribusiness. This number one is about the business model and also ecosystem, because we if they don't have any capacities or any capabilities, even we give a lot of training, a lot of loan for them, but because of they don't have the capabilities, so it will be useless. So I think we should take a look the business model and ecosystem too. The number two is about the education and training, even the informal training. So we should have like a simplify the training, not like training for the, let's say, for the student in university, yeah, that complicated training, but we have to simplify simplify the informal education and training. Then number 3 is about the empowering to make a product based on their agricultural product. Let's say that we have here like a sweet potato. So not only harvesting a sweet potato, but how the sweet potato can be a crisp or can be a chip to sell or to product. Then the last is about the mental health maintenance, because now everybody want to be a instant instant success. So how to give them mental health maintenance, keep discipline, open mindset. This is also should be campaign to the women in agriculture business. Next. Then this is a business model and ecosystem that we would like to apply here in Indonesia. So we have a farmer here, and we have an aggregator, and also we have a market. So a farmer no need to comes directly to the market, but farmers with the technical assistance and education from aggregator, so they can be with the technical assistance and education from the aggregator to the farmer, so they can produce the good product that aggregator can bring to the market. So this is will be solved about the capacity and also capability. And the investor, we can ask the investor to invest to the directly in the farmer for the production, or to aggregator to sell to the market. And for aggregator, we will use the millennial empowerment. I have a case. So in one area in let's say in Trenggalek, in East Java, they have so many milk, but they don't know how to make added value for the milk. So I create the aggregator, that the millennial young entrepreneur, to teach them how to make the cheese. How to make the cheese. Then the aggregator give them, the farmer is the technical assistant and education for make the good cheese. Then the aggregator will bring this to the market directly. Okay, next. I think this is my last slide. So let's discuss more, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dia, for your presentation, for providing more insights on the issues and challenges confronting agriculture in Indonesia, which I believe are the same issues and challenges faced by other Southeast Asian countries, including the Philippines. Ms. Dia outlined some solutions to address these challenges through capacity building, awareness campaign on mental health, and farmer aggregator market business model. Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Diaz. By the way, Ms. Dia has another important commitment to attend to. So before she leaves the webinar, she has a few minutes to entertain 1 or 2 questions. Let me check if we have some questions already. Okay. Ms. Dia, how was WINS projects and activities affected when the pandemic started? How did you manage the pandemic restrictions and still continue with your programs? Ms. Dia? Ms. Dia, are you still there?
Sorry, I'm back now. Sorry, can you repeat, because the signal not so good here. So can you repeat
the question? Okay, yes. The question is, how was WINS projects and activities affected when the pandemic started? How did you manage the pandemic? How did you manage the pandemic restrictions and still continue with your programs?
Actually, Womenpreneur Indonesia Network, we just inaugurate on the 30th of January this year, actually. So when the pandemic hit, we still not exist in the Womenpreneur Indonesia Networks, but I also, as a Secretary General in Indonesia Council for Small Business. So I think I can answer this based on ICSB, yeah, when my role in ICSB, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, yeah, when the pandemic hit in Indonesia, so many, I think the same in the Philippines and other country, so many business should be closed, yeah, should be closed and also should be shut down. But we are giving like free consultation and free coaching for them because we want to bring them to think about because the entrepreneur is opportunity seeker and the risk taker and also collaboration, yeah, collaborator. So we have give them like a coach that okay, now is pandemic, it's now this the reality, we must accept the reality, we cannot deny it. But I think in the difficulties still have the opportunity. So we give them the encouragement, and they let's say they turn their business. Let's say when usually they make a doll, make a fashion or make a clothes. Then when the pandemic hit, we encourage them to change. Maybe they can product the mask, yeah, and also the APD, the special special uniform for the hospital, yeah, for the health. So we are trying to open their mind that I think they still have another opportunity when the pandemic, because we don't know pandemic. Okay, now is pandemic, maybe next year's another crisis, and next year also we have another crisis. So I encourage the entrepreneur here to have some thinking, yeah, rethinking about the opportunity, whether in the war we still have an opportunity, yeah, and the collaboration, of course, yeah, because we cannot do this alone, because we so many business, a small business here, so we encourage them to have a collaboration between them, yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Dia. Another question before you go.
Okay, one more.
So we all know that achieving global gender equality is going to take some serious work. So apart from the initiatives or projects that you have conducted, no, under your organization, how do you then monitor women empowerment in your projects? So how do you monitor that?
Yeah, number one, basically we should understand that we are different with the men, yeah. But we don't need to be the same with the men, because we have our own characteristic, yeah. And in the I like the Harvard research, yeah, based on the Harvard research that about the leadership in women, it's better than men. So so yeah, I think you also already see that the research came, yeah, and I think you also agree for that, yeah. So
Yes.
so because a woman is a multi-role, and so this is easy for us to wear many hats, but because we are a mother, we have a sense of how to nurture people, yeah. So this is will drive us, yeah, drive us to be a good leader, because we can have an ability to wearing many hats and also ability to nurturing. So back to your question about that, I think now is as a global, especially in this month, yeah. I invited from Cameroon, I invited also from Kenya, etc. All women in the world have the same vision about the empowerment, and we have the same vision about that we can do that, and we have the same vision that the importance of the collaboration. So
Yeah.
as yesterday I also invited by Her Passion, yeah, by ICSB Philippines. I said because we are in a global community, so I'm not okay. I'm living in Indonesia, but we are part of the global community, and we should have like initiative or so exchange knowledge like this, so the world will be better with the collaboration. Yeah. Thank you,
Thank you
Kim.
very much.
Maybe it can be answered the question.
Yes. Thank you very much. Last question.
Yes.
So do you have any data on how much earnings a farmer
Mm.
and aggregator get through WIN's business model and ecosystem? Do you have any idea now?
Not yet, because this model, I think, still not many.
Okay.
Still not many, or even still less in Indonesia. That's why through WIN, I hope that this model can be solve the problem. Yeah, because when I come directly to the farmer in the village, I see that I think if we just give them like a training or even the capital, because of their lack of the capability, I don't think that they can achieve that. So with the aggregator and also the business model, it will be bridging between the product and also to the market. I think because the farmer, I think in the village, and also because of Indonesia is island country, so the distribution is not efficient. So I
Yes.
don't think that they can achieve by themselves as a farmer if we don't have an aggregator. But right now I don't have the data, because I think, but this is still less. So maybe next year I will come back to give you the
Yes.
data. Okay.
Maybe we can invite you again next year.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you very much, Miss Dia. That's it for, let's give Miss Dia a big round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We wish you well in your work, in your initiatives on and empowering women in the business
Thank you
sector.
so much. Thank you so much, Kim. I hope that WIN also can have a collaboration with Circa in the next, not only in webinar, but also in the actual activity. Thank you so much for having me, and let's continue to discuss later.
Yes,
See you.
okay. Thank you, Miss Dia. See you soon. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I should leave now, yeah? It's okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's it. So again, may I remind our online attendees watching the webinar via Facebook Live, so please start typing your questions in the comment section, including your location or country of origin. If you are tuned in via Zoom, please post your questions in the Q&A box, which you will find in the menu bar on your screen. While waiting for the next presentation to be shared on screen, please allow me to tell you more about our second speaker this morning. Ms. Cherry Lynn Salvador Mendoza is the founder of Mulk Farm, known as the New Zealand of Tanay. She graduated with a BS Entrepreneurship degree from Miriam College and a Master's in Business Administration at the World City College in Quezon City. Ms. Mendoza continued to pursue further training to develop her business skills by joining the Kapatid Mentor Me program of the Go Negosyo, an initiative of the Department of Trade and Industry. In 2016, she founded Mulk Creamery Corporation, and in 2021, despite the challenges brought by the pandemic, she launched Mulk Farm, which offers a unique farm experience with the up-close interaction with New Zealand cows, as well as selling milk-based products. Mulk Farm has been featured in GMA Unang Hirit, Net 25 Approved Action, GMA Pinoy MD, and GMA Agripreneur. Her business has also led her to different industries and further developed her professional and personal life. Ms. Cherry, the screen is yours.
Hello, Mulki Day, everyone. Hi, my name is Cherry Mendoza, and I'm here to discuss to you partnering with government agencies and opportunities for women. So first, let me just give you a quick background that I'm already in agriculture, a poultry contract grower actually. So we are also looking for another venture in agribusiness. And we found partnering with that National Dairy Authority with their program, Dairy Multiplier Program, where New Zealand cows is imported and brought here in our country. And we are a recipient of 25 cows. Now, we are very interested in this program since milk is the third topmost imported item in our country today. And so we thought that the market is there and it is easily penetratable with this program. And aside that, we are also one with the mandate of the National Dairy Authority with giving Filipinos real fresh milk, at the same time fighting malnutrition altogether. And so we launched this business and thought that this is a very viable and very good for us to start. But the problem is there is a low buyout of raw milk. Even that it is the third most imported item in the what do you call this, importing the milk, but these are powdered milk. So Filipinos are more inclined in using powdered milk than real fresh milk and have no more or less ideas of what the real benefits of fresh milk compared to powdered milk. Aside from that, the buyout of the raw milk, the industry that there is not yet really there. So few buyers of raw milks are still putting up the industry. And this we can found in Laguna and Bicutan, far proximity from our area in Tanay Rizal. Plus, maintaining the quality of milk, since we only received 25 cows before in 2014, that the quality of milk is deteriorating in the transportation alone. Aside from that, we are a very tropical country, and the temperature has a factor in maintaining that quality. So this I know that many agripreneur can relate to this. And aside from what Miss Dia was telling about, that they don't know what to do with the milk upon farming and harvesting it. So what we come up with the solution is having our branding ourselves and processing this milk. So we can command our price. We can process it on our own, so we can maintain the quality since we don't have to trouble it. The farm is the processing area is also in the farm. So the quality is there. You will just jump and we can process it in the same day in the same area. And the potential for our own brand, and for us to grow that brand, is huge compared to something that we will just sell our milk for. It will not be utilized for what the quality and what we aim to target it. But this is altogether a new business, right? So farming is one thing. Then we have to really learn what the operation, how can we market it, the logistics. Do we need our own vehicle, a platform update from the social media, whether it is from the online stores, and of course the customer service afterwards. So this is our brand, Milk Creamery, which is natural, and this is part of the farm. You can see that our logo has a number 7 on the cow's face, in tribute to number 7, our cow. We treat that as a good luck charm for us when we were starting. So yeah, so we brand our own. So now, branding our own and doing the business on our own is very slow growth for us. But of course, we are tending and we are really moving forward. But here, DTI have come across with our business and wants us to be part of their program. But I myself is very reluctant, and I'm sure that many of the business out there find it hard also. First, they were asking us to give us time, I think 2 months of the time, for us to really do the Kapatid Mentor Me program. Then one thing I fear is that maybe I will be dictated on how to run my business, and what they can really bring to our business. Maybe we are just one of the programs, and after the programs is finished, is no more support that we can expect, and that we are just one of the statistics. And of course, you're exposed to your financials, so they will know and how is what other agencies and doing this and doing that. So that's one of my reluctant in partnering with DTI. But I pray for God for about this and say yes to DTI Philippines. And by God, this is one of the best decisions that we have made for our brand. We have partnered with the Kapatid Mentor Me program. This is a crash course for business, but the mentor here is a business practitioner, and it's cost, so they know what they are talking about because they walk the talk. And them giving us consultation in particularly and customized to our business is one helpful thing that really empowers the business and us as an entrepreneur, especially with the mindset that we need to portray there and what we have to do in order to level up and achieve more for our brand. So these are a few of the mentors. And then after the graduation is done and everything, we were exposed in different avenues, like here in World Trade Center, which is sponsored by the National Dairy Authority. And the other side is a mall in Taguig, which is more foreign buyers are coming in. This one in the World Trade Center, former Senator Villar already also captured captured our business in one of his segments. And this is the National Trade Show in SM Mega Mall, where there is a clamor of people lining up to get our products. And we were very happy with that outcome. We were also exposed in different radio station and YouTube, which is DZRH News. And this one is the Radio Inquirer, and so much more. And we also level up with the FDA, the IPO, the seminars from DOST. And another thing that I forgot is that they also give us a training with the franchise possibility for our brand and how we can also adapt it and multiply it. So no, they are not going to dictate you in what you are going to do, but really expose you in the possibilities of your business. And it's up to you on how can you really roll that out. Now, pandemic hits, and this is not easy for anyone, and everyone is really crippled, if not paralyzed, with what's going on, especially that a lot of our movement and so is our supplies. The people, the company that we are supplying for is in the mall. And as you know, mall has been closed for some time or very limited capacity. And the market or the target market that we want to tap onto and the traffic was not there. And we have to adapt to changes. But of course, everyone is really clamoring, wait and see, and what are we doing? But even if we are graduates, the good thing is that they have not shown us any stop in giving us advices and giving us trainings and seminars, and one of which is adapting to changes, and one of which is really putting our brand out there with Lazada, Shopee, GrabFood, Pikaroo. They help us to really elevate and really tap onto this market. With their assistance, with their partnering with this platform, we were not in the mall, but in the digital mall. So yeah, and how we can have a transaction via GCash, PayMaya for also elevating how we are going to present all our brands, or our product through Canva, and so much more. And also the DA with the Kadiwa, Ni Ani at Kita, they also have online and mall, but outside the mall, or even the gasoline station, AFP, and all these areas that we can really tap onto, so we can be still out there. As you know, everybody was online, even si Mare and si Pare, or the friend of friend is there and really making a way the resiliency of Filipinos nga daw. The resiliency of Filipinos in really adapting to changes and really making it work. This is what is very good with Filipinos and even mothers per se. So here, before the National Trade Fair was featured in the World Trade Center or the malls and all of this, but this time it's digitalized in Shopee. So we are also part of that. We're also partnering with 999, 10, 11, and now it's birthday promo, right? So we are also doing that so we can also continue to pivot with the digitalized. So still we need some more, still pandemic is happening and still our else, right? In just doing the digital marketing, but also to continue to pivot. And one of which Mulk Creamery is proud that we have pivot in Mulk Farm. So we were opening, okay, let me share you this first. Oops, sorry. So we just opened our farm this October 2021 as our response to pivot our business. So we opened our farm for agritourism and really give you the whole experience of drinking your fresh milk. So you can see where your fresh milk is coming from, how it is organically farmed, and the processing site is in the area as well. And you can already buy your fresh milk from there and even delivered right in your doorstep with our online platform, Lazada, Shopee, Pikaroo, and GrabFood. So yeah, so this is for outdoor experience. So just as I was discussing opportunities for the pandemic, the outdoor experience, because we want to be safe. So we want to go out and have our mental health and everything, but we want to have it. But the mall is not okay for that. So more outdoor places that you can really explore and flourish in, authentic and actual farm. It creates more credibility that you have your own farm and that they know where your milk is coming from. And there, as I said, complete experience. Okay, sorry. Okay. So I'll just get back to the question that was asked from the feature that will be launched anytime this week with GMA, Question Agripreneur. What are the benefits that partnering with government agencies bring to the brand or to the company? Because many just wants to go to have a business, and especially this pandemic, and really just do it on their own. But one of the benefits for me is that you're creating credibility. It legitimizes your business, because not only that you are doing all this paperwork for the like DTI, BIR, and all that, but it legitimizes because the government department says that you are a brand to be trusted with. They have seen you, they know what you are doing, and they believe also to you. Another thing is that you are not a fly by night, so you're legit. So whatever things that they ordered from you, they can trust you. And I think that is one of the major things that customers look out for, brands that they will fall in love with and really be loyal with, is a brand that they can trust and that they can go to and expect the same superior quality, superior service that you will serve them, right? And another thing is that you're following. Your followers will not go from this place to another place to another place. You will create loyalty, as I said. Okay, so Women Thrive in Agriculture. When I was starting in agriculture, I think uh, a lot of people was really have high eyebrows on me that I started off very young. I think I was just 22 when I was starting. And they said to me na, why are you here in agriculture? You're so young and you're this type of job is for old retirees and you're a woman pa. You're and this is for men. What are you doing here? And I said, that there is nothing wrong and I don't want, if you are here, then why are you here? Why can't I be here? I think you saw the potential also that it will give to you. That's why you're here. And I want to take action with that and with my youth and with me wanting to experience different things and want to learn. They become also my mentor na they want to see they saw the eagerness in me in learning. And so I think all women can also do that. And I think that women can really thrive in agriculture business because I have to agree with Miss Dia with what she said, that we are very nurturing. And not only to the business per se or to the plants or to the animals that maybe we can one day take part on, but also nurturing in our people. And I think in agribusiness, it is important for us to not only love the business, but also love the people as well. For they are the one who will help us to nurture this business. Another thing is we are innovative, especially in the food business per se, that things that will nearly spoil, we process it and find it another. Or the second thing that for the recipe, we find the recipe on how to make this leftover to something else, or even make that really good milk into something really delicious that we can proud and share with the family, because this is our practices as mothers as well. Another thing is we are multitasker. We have so many roles, and like Miss Dia said, that we wear so many hats, and we can do everything that we put our mind to. And rearing our children, rearing our family, and also the business is one also that we can always do and balance our family and role is. And we are also keen on details uh, and cleanliness as well. So yeah, I want to show you really an example of agribusiness. The reason why I come to agribusiness when I was starting, and why did I become an agripreneur of all things? And I was just really starting fresh graduate when I can be in the office with the millennials and be in Makati, in Ortigas. But I saw the potential in agripreneur. You see, my dad is also was what is in agribusiness, and I saw the potential and what six digit that he is getting from farming. And so why can I not take part of that? And why would I waste my time in doing somebody else company if maybe I can start it? Of course, I know that it will not be easy at first, but I know the potential is there. So I am also fond of, this is the power of the internet. Now in YouTube, there is agribusiness, and from this woman from office girl to farm girl, and now she's a boss before, but now she's even a bigger boss because of the organic farming with the chickens. Another Helen Kulo is another good example, which is that they throw her out of that land, but that land is now hers. And that's such a fascinating story from this woman who really make it work with no education. This is the beauty. Agriculture doesn't look at your gender, your educational background, or even your money in the pocket, right, money in your pocket, but the grit and the perseverance that you will really invest to. This 19-year-old is a youth, and I'm so proud of seeing youth people in the agribusiness, the same thing experience that I've encountered, because he saw the potential, and this was started with her mom, who is also a woman. Started off with that, but he fell in love with the potential of the bougainvillea farming. Another here is a really renowned landscaping company, but also again started by her mother. And this is really the exposure I think that woman needs to see the potential that where they can come, where they can grow in. Helen is just a buyer from pakwan or watermelon, and now she's thriving and really supplying to Boracay and all this offshore tourism provinces. And there's really no end in agribusiness, and really potential is there if we can only tap onto. So yeah, women can thrive. And I think that we thrive also with our fellow women who are in business, and looking up to them, be inspired with them, encouraging each other. And that's the community that I have with DTI, not only because of women, but we are richly woman group, and we encourage each other. And in my company, I hired a woman in the leadership role, empower them. As Miss Dia says, that leadership is not is one of the study shows that one of the strengths of a woman in how they can cater all of this. Another thing is I also run a school, and youth is very dear to my heart, and that exposing, I think more of the word is exposing the potential. We only see the glamorous job in Makati, in Ortigas and all that, but we don't see the potential in agribusiness, like this office girl saying was they were afraid to get dark and you're posh when you're in the office, but not in doing farming. But why not? You can be all that you can, and we have so many things that we can do, and there are people that is willing to help us, including the government. And why not take potential, or why not grab that opportunity and run with it, right? So yeah, so we can do whatever we want to do, and let's not be limited in our response to potential, not only in agriculture but in business as well, and whatever field that we are going, that we want to go to. And it is our responsibility to have to really aim and really bring about our full potential, whatever little ripple that whatever little movement that we can make makes a large ripple in the water and create that change. Thank you so much, and milk it a habit from grass to grass. Hi, Ms. Kim. I'm done with my presentation. Thank you. Miss Kim?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done with my presentation. You have a
Okay.
question for me?
Thank you, Miss.
I'm sorry I'm taking so much of the time.
It's okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Ms. Cherry, for highlighting the need to strengthen private and public sector partnership and how to make sure that we build and leverage on the strongest elements of both the government and the private sector. It can be very challenging at times, but these challenges shouldn't deter the fact that partnering with the government has its own rewards and it opens up other business opportunities. In the case of Milk Creamery, they have this milk farm. No, you have this milk farm which not only offers, as you said, the creamiest milk in town. I would like to taste that someday, soon.
Sure,
But
sure. We will.
But you also get to experience and enjoy farm living with the New Zealand dairy cows freely roaming around the area. So I think I'm gonna take my granddaughter to Milk Farm, soon.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you very much. But the milk is available in Lazada, is it, or in Shopee? We can buy that.
Yes.
From
Lazada,
Lazada.
Shopee, Pick2Do, and GrabFood.
Oh, okay. So thank you so much. We now go. So please stay for the Q&A later. We now go to our final speaker. Miss Maria Frances Rubio is the Chief Executive Officer of Green Life Coconut Products Philippines Incorporated and MFR Good and Proud LLC. Green Life is a social enterprise company based and engaged in manufacturing and processing high-value coconut products for food, nutraceutical, and cosmetic applications. Ms. Rubio has over 10 years of experience in leading and increasing growth in small and medium businesses, which led her to start MFR Good and Proud LLC, a marketing management consultancy focusing on helping high-quality Philippine farmer-made products reach the international market. Ms. Rubio graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration degree, major in Financial Management from Southern Luzon State University, and her Master of Business Administration at the University of the Philippines, Diliman Cesar E.A. Verata School of Business. As a social entrepreneur, she is passionate about contributing to sustainable development through her business. Ms. Frances, you have the screen.
Hi, Miss Kim. Thank you
Yes.
very much for your very welcoming introduction. Hello to our audience. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to everyone. I'm Maria Frances Rubio. I am honored to be part of the Circa Self webinar and to be one of the voices of women in agribusiness, like our fellow lovely speaker. So let me introduce to you my presentation to the proud products of the Philippines for the benefit of the coconut farmers by Good and Proud LLC and Green Life. We belong in the coconut industry. I belong to the coconut industry in the Philippines. I started with Green Life and now I have my own company here in California, USA. And I would like to share you my story as a woman in agribusiness. So, coconut is one of the major crops of the Philippines. Is one of the major export of the Philippines, but the problem is still 90% of the 3.4 million coconut farmers in the Philippines is still remain below the poverty line, or what we call the poorest of the poor. So kung may mahirap, so it's still below the, the income, average income earnings of, average Filipinos. So my father and my great-father is a coconut farmer. The problem was there for a very long time, but still, this still the challenges of the Philippines when it comes to agriculture. So through our experience, we have come up with 3 major challenges in the industry. First is the low productivity and aging coconut trees. So what is this? Yes, You heard it right, millions. There are millions of coconuts in the Philippines, but most of their average life is already above the productive years. Coconut tree is only productive for 20 to 30 years. Then after some times, it will slow down. So it is like human, when you getting older, it slows down. And most of the coconut trees in the Philippines are 50 years older, and at that age, they become more senile. So we really need to replant, or else in 10 years, there will be a shortage of coconuts. Second is the unemployment and aging coconut farmers. So like what you can see in my presentation, uh, our fellow Filipino coconut farmers are getting old, and unfortunately, no more coconut farmers' parent will wish their children to become a farmer because of the poverty. Some encourage their kids to go to the city, study, or get a degree, or else there will be poor. They encourage there to chase employment and be part of the corporate, like what our previous speaker mentioned, and to be an OFW, because there is no so we face it. There is no so much opportunity in the farm unless you are a farmer entrepreneur. So then lastly, what we have studied is that mostly all of our coconut farmers, they produce low value products. So if the products is low value, of course, the earnings is also low income. So imagine with the supply chain, what will be left with the coconut farmers for the earnings of the low value coconut products like copras. So like 5 to 10 pesos, or at least 1 cent earnings. But from the very same material, the coconut meat, we can produce different high value coconut products, because coconut is a tree of life. We can get virgin coconut oil, coconut sugar, coconut aminos, and other materials that we can produce more, that can help to increase the income of the coconut farmers. So next slide. So we have come up with the solutions. We have come with the 3 solutions. We call the coconut industry sleeping giant, because if we're able to solve this, it has the potential to help fight poverty in the country. And, it will help the economy of the country for the export as well. So first solution is to go organic. Why go organic? So because the low productivity of the farm, we have to encourage the farmers for replanting of coconuts, and to add new variety of coconut trees, like the hybrid, that can produce more coconut trees per coconut fruit per trees, and intercrop of high value coconut crops that can increase the farm productivity and farmers' income. And second is to go high value. So instead of producing mere copras from the same raw material, from the coconut meat, we produce, actually we're producing already fermentation and centrifuge processed virgin coconut oil that is of high value compared to the copra oil or to the regular coconut oil. From that, we also develop other products from other materials of the coconut, like the coconut juice, or we call it here in the Philippines, tuba. We can produce organic coconut sap aminos from their fresh tuba. Aside from that, we can also produce coconut sugar, coconut nectar syrup, and we continuously developing more products from this tree of life in order to make the income or the ratio of earnings per coconuts higher. Third is to go fair trade. We form an association of organic farmers and producers in the Philippines. We call it Unlad Saka. We adopt working labor practices programs for the coconut farmers that help them to increase or to have a more quality standard of living. We help them with the insurance, the technology, the health, and we really encourage the farmer to be an entrepreneur in which they can, in their very own farm, in which they can put up their own village processing in compliance with organic fair trade standards to produce different high value coconut products to uplift the life of the coconut farmers. But this solution was not easy, especially from us, from me. I am part of the problem. I am part of the coconut industry family that we don't have any support, um, no money, no business network. We don't know about exporting. We don't know about marketing. We don't know about packaging. We really started from scratch way back 1992. So I came from one of the poor family of the coconut farmers. My father is a coconut scholar. He is also a coconut advocate. He dedicated his life for our fellow coconut farmers. And my beautiful mother, she's a very empowering woman. She is very hardworking public market vendor. Our main source of income that time is selling coconuts in the public market. And we are 9 in the family. Actually, I'm the 4th one. So I cannot deny it that I am one of the children that really don't want to be a coconut farmer because of the poverty. I really want to go to college, graduate, go to Manila, the capital of the Philippines, and be one of those who wear business attire that looks so good. So, after I graduated college at 18 years old, at a very young age, I went to the city. I really want to be part of the Philippine Stock Exchange. I want to be a stockbroker that time, but with a young naive girl that goes to the city, they will not give the attention to you. You really have to be very competitive. So I ended up working with Maersk Global Service that time. It is one of the leading integrated logistic company in Manila that do global business center. But after 2 years of working, we have this Filipino culture that after we graduated, we have this automatic obligation to help our family and other siblings, to help them go to school, and for us to help in the family business. So one day my mom called me and said, you have to come back to the province. We have a lot of the coconut products, or particularly the virgin coconut oil that we produce, and we can sell. So that time I went back to the province, and I don't know anything about organic certification. I don't know how to manage a business. I don't know about export, except I heard that from my previous job. So all I know is, if I cry, I have nothing to lose. We come from a poor family, so you cannot lose money because you don't have it. So that's thinking of a young naive 22-year-old girl that time. So me, I tried. I posted online our products. I went to the TI. I got this strong spirit that, can I go just inquire what these other government agencies that can do for us. So I like talking to people. So I don't have any network. I don't know anyone from that agency. So I just dropped by in the Department of Agriculture to ask, hey, how can you help us to sell our products and get the organic certification? Because I posted the products online and I get inquiries from different clients abroad that they really want to buy the product. But first, we have to comply with the organic certification, the USDA organic. So with my research and with the help of the people that very approachable, that helped me to know what that's all about. Believe it or not, I did organic certification of Green Life on our own. I became the ICS manager. Became the ICS auditor, the coordinator, I create the ICS manual. I write for the farmers. It's like it's supposedly done by different person, but with just to comply with the organic certification and to comply, we did it on our own. So aside from that time also, just to share with you, I'm trying to finish my master's degree in UP for the business administration. So from the farm, from the Marinduque, that's the farm that we have to certify organic. I have to travel 2 hours by boat and 5 hours by bus to go to school and to go back again in the farm just to just to finish the organic certification so we can just comply with the market. So, and aside from that, of course, I have to maximize all my efforts to sell the product also in Manila, because you cannot sell coconuts in the Quezon province itself because we have abundant supply of that. So we have to go to Manila where there are more buyers to look for, or any potential that we can reach out. So by the time, I remember, we don't have car or vehicle to transport the product. So I usually carry it in the bus from the Quezon province to Manila. So that is how our hard work we put in the business. I slept in the bus not only once, but most of the 5 years of my studies in UPs, because we have to do everything from scratch, from trial and error until we get it right and get the chance to export. We have made a lot of mistakes, and yeah, we hopefully have learned from it. But now what we have accomplished is we have reached different international market like US, Malaysia, France, and we grow our company to almost 30 employees. We have 3 farmer village entrepreneurs that we're helping with the different communities. We're able to provide jobs to and livelihood to the farmers, and we're already in the supermarket. We got our organic certification for EU, for USDA, for JASPOR Japan. We also have the Fair Trade, Halal, Kosher, FDA, and other market certification and recognition. So, and also I graduated finally for my MBA in UP last 2019 after 5 years, supposedly to take on 2 years, but it was never too late. But unfortunately, 2020, we know that the economy slows down because of the pandemic. And we again faced with another challenges in our business and our lives. So among all this, up to this time, why are we still not sustainable? There are still, a lot of farmers that need help. And among our experience doing the business in the coconut and trying to export, even as a small company, we have learned that buyers come and go. That, sometimes we have orders or we have the market, because we usually deals with importer, wholesalers, and traders. So sometimes we have the order, like on this month we have the order, then the next one we don't have any orders. So we cannot make it really stable for the farmer to have the continuous employment, because us also, we need help. So we are still lack of those resources, and that is what we have learned. And secondly is organic is not a guarantee. We have the perception at first that when we get the organic certification, finally we will have this market, we can, access to everything, but it's not a guarantee for you to price higher. We have this perception that if we're organic, we can, it's more premium than other product. But now that the organic market is also being competitive, it will just be only your key to market. But you still have to be competitive when it comes to pricing, quality, packaging, and other aspects of retailing. And aside from that, this one is, it's the truth that producers are not marketers. They just know to produce. That's their key strength. And marketers are not farmers and producers. So this has two opposite mindset, that sometimes there is a gap that, that gap in between are the middleman, or sometimes it's the long supply chain, that what's left with the farmer is the, a small portion of the value. So sometimes they can tell that they are helping farmers, but are they really making an impact? So this is why we have to reach the target market. So our target market are the health consumers, and and the health conscious consumers are mostly in the US and Europe market, the top global market with a higher market spending for this type of products. This is why I'm actually here, because I don't want to become part of the problem. I cannot solve the problem if I'm part of it. So I really want to be part of solution. This is why we come up with the MFR Good and Proud LLC. This company promotes proud products of each countries, together with proud products of the Philippines. We promote the story of the coconut farmers by, in order to sustain, expand, we promote the farmer stories through the product labels and how we really can make an impact to these farmers. We actually put the face of the who was really producing our products in the labels, so they can tell stories. We really need to reach the consumers, the end consumers that believe in these products, and for them to really appreciate the essence of the organic and fair trade. So aside from this, the company that we have created here in California, we really want, right now we're also, aside from the coconut products, we're also looking for like-minded companies that believe in sustainable sourcing, responsible brand storytelling, and marketing that create an impact. Currently, we are sourcing for apparels that would like to enter into South America. So aside from food, we're also looking for non-food items like t-shirts, toothbrush, notebooks, whatever apparel items that are interested to enter in the South America market. So if you know what, we are open to work with you. Aside from that, we also offer good services to small and medium business companies that are really want to develop their products, to have their web page, to be known, and to promote the in order to grow and expand their companies. We also, aside from the marketing service, we also do the financial service for them in order to create more impact and more employment for the community. So with that, I would like to leave you this message that if not now, when were we going to do some action? Like Green Life value proposition, coconut is not just a tree, but a source of life for every Filipino coconut farmers. We have this vision that one day, coconut industry will be a progressive industry with less poor coconut farmers. In Tagalog po, sana dumating yung araw na wala nang mahirap na magniniyog. And I would like to give you this message that small or big things, we as women can do great things. Yun lamang po, and maraming salamat. You can connect with me in the QR code below and or the website www.goodproud.com. Yun lang po, and maraming pong salamat.
Thank you, Ms. Frances, for sharing your story, such an inspiring story. Thank you for sharing your journey towards providing solutions to the problems faced by the coconut industry by developing high-value added products, thereby improving the well-being and livelihood of our coconut farmers. Coconut being known as the tree of life, no? Using the entire coconut means livelihood opportunities for entire communities, most importantly, women who do not often have the economic opportunity. With your untiring support to these coconut farmers and their communities, you are also helping them improve their lives. Thank you for being part of the positive change and being part of the solution to the problems faced by the coconut industry and the smallholder coconut farmers. Thank you. With that, let us now move on to the exciting part of our webinar, the Q&A. Okay, so let me let me look at the shared document on the Q&A for some questions. Okay, wait. For Miss Cherry, how did you manage to motivate your business staff to persevere during the pandemic? Did you give any incentives? If yes, what were these incentives?
I think what's great about during pandemic, especially in the farming industry, first of all, during the pandemic, it was really hot, and yeah, you cannot stop the production because the harvesting of milk is a daily thing. So sabi nga doon sa first slide ko that araw-araw may kita. But also this has become a problem for us in really pushing the business because of course, the daily harvest is also means expense for us because it's nowhere to go. So this is also the time that we were able to really, since adapting to changes, really doing more processing, like developing other products as well. And so this is one of the motivation to the woman here that it's been shut down, the economy has been shut down, but we can do something about it. We have incentives, yes, but before the pandemic, everybody was just doing half of the work, so they were not really given the opportunities to have the daily allowance. But here in World Creamery, we still give them work every day, since again, harvesting milk is a daily job, and processing it also caters to that. At the same time, we come up with the milk farm. So like that, we inspire through work. So when we adopt to the milk farm, this given has more work actually, since we are catering to the agri-tourism. So the good thing about this is that from the poultry, the woman or the wife of the poultry farmers now become our worker for the processing. So and their kids who have graduated already has become one of also the tour guides for the farm. And this has become a ripple effect, especially we only want also to give first opportunities for our family that we really sheltered in the farm. And that's how we do it in Wolf Farm.
Thank you, Miss Cherry. For Miss Frances, what do you think are the strengths of the youth sector that can contribute greatly to the coconut industry? In helping, I think, solve the problems of the coconut industry. Yep.
Yes po. Actually, there are a lot of ways that the youth can help nowadays because of the digital technology that we have. Actually, we really have all the access to the information compared to the previous generations that, we have to search for. It's really challenging for us to access these resources in order to improve what we really do. Actually, I'm also one of the judges in one of the Department of Agriculture, the AgriBees, the Young Farmers Challenge, and we really encourage the young entrepreneur to go into agriculture. Kasi it's like a sleeping giant nga po. It's like sleeping giant that, when you did it right, when you discover a product, it will really be capture not only a certain areas or demographic, but also the world. Kasi they're like part of the SDG goal is, we're facing with a food hunger or shortage of the supplies. And with the pandemic that happened, we really felt that we have to go back to basic with the input of the modern digitalization that only most of the youth have the strength to do. They're really good in computers, in the mobile games, the apps. And if we really if they can really venture their strength into this field, for sure, we really will be more maximize the potential and solve the problems of the sustainable development goals of the world. You know.
Miss Frances, there's another question here from Maria Joanna Sosito. Hi, Miss Frances. I am interested in the management practices of raising organically grown coconuts, specifically on pest and fertilization. Can you share it po?
Yes, for sure. For that, for the organic standards, you can reach out to me because it will be a long conversation, or it will be really technical. Actually, our organic in the Philippines is considered as organic by default kasi we really don't put any chemicals into it. It grows naturally. So but we really have to do the first, in order to be more productive, we have to put fertilizers on it. Like we use salt and other, grasses in order to help the coconut grow more. But technically, the pests that are infected to coconuts, like the coconut lizard, is mostly taken by nature. So there are certain standards in the organic certifications that we don't need to use any pesticides in the organic, in the coconuts. Though coconut can live even without these pesticides and fertilizer, but sometimes there are adjacent farms. Like sometimes there are planted mango trees or a corn plantation that needs to put some chemical fertilizers. So if that happens po, the coconut farm with the nearby chemical planted crops will not anymore be considered as organic. So after 3 years of they have their certain period or certain boundaries in order for it to consider as organic. So if you want to know more po, you can message us in our page in Green Life or greenlife.com, our website, to know more about po your question.
Miss Frances, follow-up question. When you say kasi organic, it means that it is more expensive. So how do you compete with the lower price non-organic coconut products?
Actually, that was my perception before, Miss Kim. Now we thought that if we are organic certified, we're more premium than those that is not organic. But here in the US market, they're becoming more competitive. Most of the products are already organic. Sometimes in the shelves, especially for the virgin coconut oil, they really required that the BCO should be certified organic. Otherwise, they will not sell it. So there are no more price gap with that kind of products. Because it's like a requirement. If you really want to do food business, we require you to be organic here in the US. But in the Philippines, it's not yet. The organic certification is not yet everyone doesn't know about organic yet, and the certification is not yet that strict that anyone can claim, oh, I plant organic pechay. We don't have the strict compliance compared with the other nations that before you claim the product that is organic, you must undergo a certain certifications po. So it just like what I discussed, the organic certification is not a guarantee to a higher price, but only your access to market.
From Mr. Alexander Morados, for Miss Frances again, Mom, what are the value added products of coconut have you produced during the pandemic? Just recently, the price of copra reached 50 pesos per kilogram.
Yeah, that's very interesting that the price of copras are now increasing because of the fluctuation in the market, especially in the global market po, and also the shipping costs. So, but for the organic as a tree of life, we produce different kind of coconut products like the virgin coconut oil po. It has been used as the as a preventive supplement in order for us to fight the coronavirus, the COVID po. Kasi the virgin coconut oil, it has lauric acid that can be found only in the mother's breast milk and in the virgin coconut oil. So the VCO has 56% of that lauric acid. So di ba po when we are kids, 6 months below, we have to be breastfed by our moms because we have to intake that lauric in order to build that immune system in order to fight virus. So BCO has that, and if we intake that virgin coconut oil as food supplement, it will break down into monolaurin that can fight viruses like COVID. So it is one of our advocate during pandemic that we give the small bottles of virgin coconut oil to our frontliners. And yeah, we really did some good market back then for the VCO in the Philippines.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Francis. Back to Ms. Cherry. Ms. Cherry, my question is, now that the COVID-19, the pandemic is slowly easing up. So what are your plans, to what do you call this, to improve, to improve your marketing strategy so that you can reach more families to go to visit Mulk Farm, considering that Mulk Farm is, for example, it's very far from the city. It's quite far from the city. So how do you intend to market Mulk Farm to reach a wider market?
Surprisingly, during the pandemic, this is really the clamor. That's the reason also why we opened the Mulk Farm, because close like malls are not really the go-to places. So we were really surprised of all the visitors that's coming all the way from Cavite, even Batangas, even far away from Valenzuela, to come and visit the Mulk Farm. And it was a pleasant surprise, and it was really like we just opened October 21, and all this media coverage that's coming for us is really a positive indicament of what we are doing and what we are giving out to the market. At the same time, because Mulk Farm is reaching out to so many families, it also give credibility to the Mulk Creamery brand. So it goes hand in hand. The marketing also gives the family, especially that we're giving away free milk whenever they visited the farm. So it's really a good way for us to really market them the same time and taste the difference with what our milk is from other compares to the commercial milk out there. Yeah.
Follow-up question, Ms. Cherry, since your farm offers the up close and personal experience with the cows,
Yes.
do you have precautions that will protect the health of the cows?
Yes, ma'am. Everybody that coming and visit to us, we also brief them of what they need to do, and of course they're vaccinated and all that. But here in the cows, because they are now climatized in our country, it's okay, and they can really interact with the cows per se. But with the health facility we do not shortchange our cows with drinking, like the babies are drinking their own mother's milk and all that. And actually, this is the things that the guest is appreciated, the farm or the farm life experience really, and where the cow is flourishing and roaming around these hectares of land. So that really gives us a positive and advantage for not only for marketing milk, but the whole experience as well.
From Ms. Tina Dato to Ma'am Cherry, yes, it is an inspiration to those who want to engage in farming, and no age requirement as long as you love what you are doing. I was inspired by your presentation. So aside from tourism in your own farm, what else do you offer? Do you accept student practitioners who want to develop their skills, for example, in milking cows?
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm an inspiration. Yeah, actually, Testa just came over to us and partnering with us with the regarding the OJT training. We are just waiting for the finalization for the MOA, but they already reached out to us, and we are actually looking more on the training side and what other agriculture training that we can incorporate in the farm. Na also, I'm actually also keen on what Miss Frances is talking about, since there is also a program with the NDA and Coconut Authority, National Coconut, Philippine Coconut Authority, also that they also given us some of the coconuts, but yeah, that's a long way to go. But there is so many promise in the agribusiness, and how this government agency is coming up and really, what do you call that? Merging, I don't know, merging with all the, like that. The NDA has given us cows and DTI has given us training on how to we go about with our business. And here this TESDA is coming now for us for training to give back to other as well, other farmer as well, that how they can replicate or even maybe find a potential or a business or whatever that they could this help us in their future. Yeah, so it's really when you open your doors, the world opens up to you also. So these are, and I think Miss Frances also is one of the people who will really relate to that, and now she is in US. I think Miss Frances also is one of the agripreneur woman that was guest speaker in the NDA, I believe. So I think we already met.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Okay, so that sums up our open forum. It has been a very highly engaging online conversation. So thank you, Ms. Dia, Ms. Cherry, and Ms. Frances for that very insightful and highly engaging discussion on agribusiness models on productivity and income, and inspiring our audience to taking chances, making their voices heard, and benefiting from and trailblazing changes in the business world. Before we close this webinar, may I ask each of our speakers this morning, if there is one thing that you would want our online attendees to understand and remember or take away with them as a result of this online conversation, what would that be? May I start with Ms. Cherry and then Ms. Frances?
That for us not to limit ourselves, that we may have one life, but we have many roles. And it is our responsibility to seek our full potential, and whatever little change that we can incorporate it will ripple in all of our lives. And yeah, make that change.
Okay, make that change. Miss Frances. Miss Frances, are you still there?
Yes, Miss Kim, sorry lang, lang po. Yes, po, I really want to tell them that that we can do whatever we want. No gender, no age, no money, or no sources can limit us. We just have to make an action in order to create something. Like what I've said, little or big, we as women, we as person, we can do great things. Yun lang po.
Very well said, Miss Frances and Miss Cherry. So that ends our webinar. But before we close, please let us know what you think about this session by following the link to a quick feedback form shown on your screen. The same link will direct you to the request form for the e-certificate. Your feedback will help us improve our online learning events. Please take note that we will only accommodate requests for e-certificates within 24 hours after the end of this webinar. Kindly wait for your e-certificate to be issued at least within a month as we receive a lot of requests for e-certificates. Thank you for your understanding and patience. On behalf of CIRCA, led by our director, Dr. Glenn Gregorio, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to our speakers for taking the time to join us today, and to you also, our online attendees. It has been a pleasure to have you with us this morning. Our speakers have clearly shown us that there is hope for a better future, where all women everywhere are free from age-old biases, and where women entrepreneurs can access the same opportunities as their male counterparts. We hope that this webinar will motivate those already in the business to do better, inspire more women to get into agribusiness, and help change perceptions about women's ability to establish and develop successful businesses, as shown by our speakers this morning. Please join us again for our next online conversation on April 27 at 10 in the morning. For the 41st SOL, we intend to highlight the importance of capacitating our stakeholders to develop agri-innovative mindsets for Agriculture 4.0. The discussions will also pre-launch an upcoming learning event of CIRCA's Training for Development unit under the Education and Collective Learning Department, and this is the CIRCA Agri-Innovator Program. Let us help one another get through this COVID-19 pandemic. We hope that as we go along, we will be able to create a community of better, bigger, and smarter farmers and farming communities, and also women entrepreneurs. Once again, this is Kim Bandayan for CIRCA. Have a good day, stay healthy, stay safe. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much, Ms. Frances and Ms. Cherry. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.